We're live now. So, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to the Pleasure Network community. I'm Mark Hassel, CMO for Pleasure Network. I'm on the AMA today, community update with both Tim and Paul. Paul, we thought we'd bring him out today. He doesn't get out very much on the AMA, so we thought we'd bring him out. So yeah, it's you got a threesome today. You got a threesome. So hopefully you'll
Release
enjoy.
the beast.
Happy to be here, Mark and Tim.
Good stuff. So welcome, community. As I said, thank you very much for joining us today. What I wanted to do first of all is that everyone knows, obviously me, everyone knows Tim and Paul. We've actually got an agenda. We've actually got an agenda. The first time that I've done it, we've actually got an agenda. Tim, do you want to read through the agenda, or would you like me to do it?
No, do it. I can't really look at my screen. I'm driving, so sorry for not having my camera on today. Go ahead, Mark. Read the agenda.
Great stuff. This is dedication for you as well. Tim is traveling at the moment and still managed to come along. So that's very dedicated. So welcome to that. So we got three. We got 6 items on the agenda today. So the update very much around the Summer of Pleasure, what we've gone through, what's happened. Seen a lot of questions recently. So the next point on the agenda will be the kind of the outcome of the Summer of Pleasure, what's actually been achieved, some stats, and to let you know about what's been achieved as a result of everything we've done over the last 2 months. Then we're going to move on to a very important part, which is a focus for the next quarter of the Pleasure Network, what we're going to be looking at, where we're going. We're going to touch a little bit on the current marketing conditions, what's actually happening, because I know there's a lot of questions around that. And then further on from that, we're going to be looking at some further development, things to come over the next couple of months. And then we've got quite a lot of AMA questions, so we're going to run through as many of those as we can, and then close so everyone can go and enjoy their Friday. So let's start. And unfortunately, I'm probably going to do a lot of talking, which hopefully you guys will love. So I want to start and jump straight in with the Summer of Pleasure and talk about the campaign and where we're at and so on. So Summer of Pleasure campaign, as everyone knows, was launched on the 10th of July and runs until the 9th of September. So we've got just 8 days, 7-8 days left of this Summer of Pleasure campaign. You may have noticed that Tim's dropped out. It's not because he's bored of me. He is traveling, so he may come in and out. He's back again. It's back again. So I just want to quickly run through. So as everyone knows that the Summer of Pleasure are about giveaway. Sorry, Tim. I'll carry on talking. So the Summer of Pleasure was very much about rewards, giveaways, mass sales, NFT launches, and some other things as well. We've still got a few more things to come, and we're in the final sprint. As I said, it ends on the 9th of September. But just remember, campaigns like this are just the start of the grand scheme of things at the Pleasure Network. Whenever we do this, it's just the start of where we want to go to. What we want to do is reward and give everyone stuff back for their continuous commitment and loyalty, and launch stuff to let you know about what we've been working on and what we do go forward. But the hard work will start straight after, because we've got to continue that momentum going forward. So just to give you a quick recap, now I've had to write this down because there's quite a lot. So I'll try not to bore everyone. I'll bore Tim again. I'll try not to bore everyone in this. So what have we done so far? So we've launched our Pleasurely new sign-up competition of fans, and winners were announced. We launched the Amazon gift card giveaway to bring on new creators, and two winners was announced. We brought on Charlie Ray recently, fantastic MILF creator, and Pixie Jade as well. So they're part of the Pleasure Network team now and the Pleasure League team now. So that's great, and we'll do more competitions like that to bring more creators and get them on board. We've done the community best butt picture. We run and announced winners where we gave away some NSFW, including a butt plug. Yep, a butt plug. And I've got some more if anyone wants some. We've announced thousands and thousands of dollars worth of NSFW, announced discounts of up to 50% on Pleasure Network ecosystem, announced 2 Pink Doll Mint Pass giveaways so far with 3 with 3 winners already confirmed and more winners confirmed this week. We've launched the Pink Pass competition this week as well, so that's still running. We launched a number of NFT collections, including the Clapping Cheeks Club collection, Atomic Blonde. We've done this exclusive Summer of Pleasure NFT with the wonderful Polyani. 2 people have won that. We've got the last one running there. We gave every minted Pink Pass holder an amazing, unique, one-of-a-kind Summer of Pleasure NFT t-shirt. It was awesome. It's something that I believe that is a true gift to have. So that's fantastic. We promoted the launch as well of NSFW Pay and our adult ecosystem drive, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later on. Launched our content creator posting competition to win up to 1,000 of NSFW. Best drinks competition posting this week, and that's ended. And I want to announce that Amelia Sage and Jason have won that. So well done, guys, for winning that. So Jason wanted to make the picture that Jason posted was very much a summer vibe, but I think he's taken the mickey a little bit because it was in his birthday year, month, whatever that he was actually running. So I think he cheated a little bit, but great winners. Thank you very much for getting involved in that. We've got some more of those to come. And we have announced or teased a little bit about the treasure hunt. And I don't know if, Paul, you want to mention anything more about that, or I know there's a lot more information to come, but maybe there's something you want to.
I think the treasure hunt starts somewhere next week, early next week. Hint, hint. Just a fun little thing. Keep your eyes out and get home that treasure.
Exactly, and it's another way in for us to get involved in other ecosystems and other businesses as well. And it is very much about extending the pleasure network reach and so on. And
yeah, you know, Mark, we all know it's been a little bit of a slow summer. We can use all the exposure we can get, and it's fun to cross marketing some things with other projects as well. So just 100%. Some fun.
100%. So there's still a few more bits and pieces to come. Oh, I've got loads more. I've got another page worth of stuff that we've done. Do we want to hear this? I mean, look, seriously, look. That's all the stuff still to announce. So there was a few people have said in the community, I know, that they said about, have I missed some stuff? Well, I've just read off a few of them, and we've still got loads. I mean, we've launched a creator referral program. We've got doxies. We've given away doxies. We've been giving away more pictures with our swimwear picture competition, NFT giveaways, the launch of the Pleasure Nifty NFT sales, which will end on the 9th of September. We've extended that a little bit more, so please get involved there. We've got the Pink Doll Mint Pass sale that is still running, so please, there's limited number on those. Please get involved in that. We've got loads of coverage across loads of adult media networks as a result of Summer of Pleasure. More Pink Doll Mint passes. We've verified our Pleasure's Twitter account. We've launched, like I said, the version 1 of our creator referral program. There's so much we've done, and we've still got a few more things to do. So I just want to kind of quickly, before I hand over and get the thoughts of Paul and Tim on this and on what they think was best so far. But the whole idea of the Summer of Pleasure is to reward, is to give more, is to grow the community, is to grow creators, to sell more. But also, a lot of people have said, can we give away X amount of money? Well, we want to reward loyalty. There is a lot of people that have been in this our ecosystem for a long time and invested a lot of money and time and effort. We want to reward you back in that. And so if that means that we're rewarding things back and it is not the greatest time from the market, that's just the way it is. We want to make sure that we're showing you the love that you're showing us. And that's what it's all about for me. So, and we've still got some great stuff still to come. And like I said, it doesn't stop. Paul, I'll ask you first. What's your best bit so far? Do you have a best bit?
From the Summer of Pleasure?
Yes.
I enjoyed the best swimsuit competition. Another props to John Power for his contribution. I really laughed my ass off, and like you said, it's not the best times now. neither for crypto, neither for adult. It's a bit slow summer. Everybody's on holiday, and the people that are still with us and still actually contributing, still are active in our community, we really want to reward those people extra. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun, man. It's just a lot of fun, and I love the different competitions and things that you came up with, Mark. And it was good. It was good so far. Yeah, and still have what, 2 weeks to go, 1.5 week to go.
8 days.
8 days.
So,
Okay, a week plus.
and there's still a few more bits to announce. It's one of those things. There's a lot of things that's time dependent as well. We wanted to put some more stuff, but again, some of these stuff are taking a little bit longer than we hoped, but they will be announced in due course. Tim, hopefully you're with us. Is there any high points for you?
Yeah, I'm still with you guys. Well, first of all, I loved the whole interaction with each other. Like the community buzzed up again. Like you say, slow summer, but I think we had a lot of people interacting with our competitions, and I really enjoyed seeing a lot of things going on in the chat. So yeah, I think that was the biggest thing where I had a lot of joy from, was that everyone was laughing and having fun, and yeah, making nice pictures and sharing it in public, in the community.
100%, and I think that's what it's all about. It's all about getting the community involved, and it is a summer is a slow period for adult. It has been with crypto, and it's about getting the community involved and so on. And yeah, I think it's been great. And like you said, Paul, I love Joe Power's picture in the bikini or whatever else it was his. What was his message back the other day? His wife is really peed off because he stretched her bikini, so that or a swimsuit. So that's commitment. So yeah, well done on that. A lot of people also say to us about the kind of effect it's had on the business. I know it's a question when I was telling Tim about what I was going to do. He said, but one of the things that's key here is that yeah, we've got all this, it looks great and so on, but what effect is it actually having on the business? So I spent some time just doing some preparing of what's happened so far. So some of the questions from the AMA will be covered as well. So let's just run through those. So we have seen increases in traffic to Pleasurely over this period of time. Over the last 90 days, which covers just beforehand, but we've seen 1,000% increase in the traffic in that period of time, which is fantastic. But not only we've seen 1,000% increase in traffic, we've actually seen 158,000 new users visiting the site during that period. That's the most we've ever had. That shows success in itself. In addition to it's something that I'm pleased with, and that's what this is also about to do, is to still grow. We've seen an increase of 2,300% in traffic to Pleasure Nifty. So the sales and everything that we're doing around Pleasure Nifty is increasing, which has resulted into 13,000 new users visiting the site over this period of time. More eyeballs on our NFT marketplace. We have also seen a 16% increase in traffic to Pleasure Coin in the last 7 days. More people finding out more about the Pleasure Network ecosystem, and an increase of 35% hits on pleasureland.com in the last 90 days, including an increase of 37.7% of new users in that period of time. So it's had a great knock-on effect to what we're doing. Any questions, guys, on that? What do you feel towards that? I'll start with you, Paul, if you don't mind.
Yeah, man. I'm a bit baffled by those numbers, Mark. It's great. It shows really a real growth, real growth. Yeah. What does it all mean for us? Where are we going with this?
Well, I'll go on. So I'm obviously a stats man. I've got some more stats for you. So traffic's great. Everything's about traffic. It is about traffic, but traffic has to convert. So one thing we've seen over the period of time is that the Pink Doll Mint passes sold during this period, and the NFTs sold on Pleasure Nifty in this period compared to a few months before has increased. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to get more people buying and more people aware of our products. So that's increased. This is a good thing, and the big one for me. spending on pleasurely.com has more than doubled during the Summer of Pleasure campaign compared to the previous 2 months. It's actually, I think it was 130% up on the previous period, May to July. So that's a success for me. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to get more people onto the platform, which we've done through the traffic, and more people spending. And the Summer of Pleasure period for adult has done that. One thing I want to make clear, and this to show you how important this is that I've worked in adult now for 20 years. Summer, and when I mean summer, I mean very UK summer, July to the beginning of September, is the worst for adult businesses and adult companies. Most brands have lower sales and they have lower traffic in that period. And this is just because people are on holiday. Content creators are on holiday. They've got their children with them. Fans have got their families around them and kids home from school. They're obviously not going to be going onto the porn sites probably during that period. So it's always a low period. So for us to actually double spend and for us to increase the traffic to the site shows that this campaign has worked. So it went up. This is fantastic, obviously, for the business, and this is obviously fantastic news for our creators, which are very important to our growth. So thank you everyone for doing that. We've had more creators sign up, as I've mentioned. We've had more fans sign up, so it will continue to grow. Everything that we do in this period of time is not just about now, it's about setting the stones to growth, and we will do this and we will reap the rewards of everything that we're doing at the moment. So we're lucky we've seen growth, we've seen spend increase, but what we were also going to hopefully we will actually grow on that. We've had more than 50 articles, news articles, go out over this period as well, more than any previous period since the inception of the business. So I've gone over all I've searched up all the articles, everything we've had. We've had more in this period than we've ever had over a similar period, actually probably more. So this all helps towards sales, it helps the business develop, it also helps more eyeballs, more articles. Content is king. Everyone will know that content is king. The more content you get out there, the more eyeballs, it will reap rewards. And we've had that. So it will eventually add to the bottom line. Competition. If we can call anyone competition, I don't know who we can call competition, but we've seen a lot of competition still go by the wayside. We've seen people come out and say, yeah, we're the next best thing, but where are they? They're not doing what we're doing. And when I mean competition, yes, you've got your OnlyFans and you've got the other businesses. I'm talking about adult crypto businesses that said they're the next best thing. Where are they now? That's my thing. I don't mean to sell it to everyone, but they're not there. And we are building. It is tough times. So these are just a few of the positives we've seen during this period. But as I've mentioned, this is just a start. We need to continue to take this. The momentum's going. We need to continue doing that, and the hard work must continue. And we will continue to grow, build, and develop. I've talked a lot. Tim, Paul.
Yeah, so I think that everyone should remember what Mark just said about the non-competition, or not the competition that is not really. So one of our opportunities, explain a little bit more about later on in this.
Tim's gone.
That we are going to do the next few months is also based on that knowledge. So just wanted to add that people will remember what you just said, Mark.
Yeah, 100%. And for all those that didn't hear Tim, I knew what he was talking about. What he was saying is that we've got all these great stats and lots of information, but one of the things that it's actually taught us is where we need to direct our business going forward. Where do we need to focus on within the next quarter and stuff like that. So we've learned a lot. Again, data is important. I think Pollyanny says data helps. It's great to have this data. It's great to do these exercises because we will learn from it. And again, this will come on to the path that we're taking going forward. So before I go any further, Paul, anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah. I had this conversation earlier today with one of our community members, and He says, "Yeah, but there are some competitions that have a higher market cap than you guys do." I said, "Okay, well, what do they have in platforms? What actually do they have built? Are they doing something? Is there something happening there?" No, nothing. We we seriously have the best Web3 development right now in adult crypto, and our market cap really does not show that at all at this moment. We are heavily undervalued. I keep saying it. We are heavily undervalued. But we keep building. We keep building in the background. We're going to keep making ourselves ready for when the market turns. Also, the adult market, also the crypto market. We're ready for it. You know, we keep building, and we're gonna lift off like nothing before. But these stats are impressive, Mark, and you know how I love numbers as well. And I really appreciate it. And man, we are really seeing steady growth, and that's enough for me to keep on building and looking into the future for sure.
100%, and it is one of these things. Is that I know there's been a bit of negativity with the market cap and the stuff that's going on, and it's sometimes you kind of forget about the positives and the wins that we take, and we've had some wins, and it's part of the growth going forward. So yeah, no, it's been an eye opener, and I really do appreciate it. And 100%, our market cap is nothing. It's not a reflection at all in terms of the one thing that we have these other brands don't have is we have products. We actually have products, and we're delivering them. Are they finished yet? No. Do they need more development? Yes. And that's what we're doing at this period of time. What we need to do is to continue to build, to continue to grow. So when the next bull run happens and whatever else, we will luck out. But actually, we've already said this, is that we want to make our own luck, but we're actually not. We're building to become sustainable without the bull run. That's what it's about. It's about becoming sustainable going forward. So yes. So I want to I'll maybe hand over to Tim on this. The next stage is to talk about the path forward and the focus and the structure shifting on where we're going to be focusing on over the next quarter. Tim, would you mind to start on this one if you can?
Timmy.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Is there anything you want to say, Paul, or do you want me just to go ahead?
Which question was this?
It's very much about the path forward, change of structure, a few things that have happened recently within the business.
You mean the shift of focus?
Yes.
What we're gonna do? Okay, yeah, I can fill that in. We're gonna shift a lot of focus to the NSFW payment solution, and that's why Mark has asked this question before in our community. What websites would you like to see using Pleasure Coin? What websites that you use, know of, have an adult theme? Doesn't even need to be nudes or anything. Anything adult, from casinos to liquor stores to tattoo shops. I don't know. What websites would you like to see use Pleasure Coin as an integrated payment system and have them introduced into the Web3 world? We're going to focus a lot of our development on finalizing the payment system. We're already working on it. So I think this will be a key factor to up our utility, traffic, volume, and overall token health. So I think this is a good way to go forward. Yeah.
100%. Tim, I know you. I think somebody said that Elon Musk must be hacking his car. So maybe that's the case. Maybe that's why we can't hear him.
Maybe he's muted again. Tim,
Maybe
stop
he's
talking to those alpacas.
Oh, he's gone. He's
Ah,
gone.
he's gone.
He doesn't like us. Let's see if he. Tim.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we can hear you loud and
Hey.
clear now.
No, I wasn't muted, but I think the connection was just very bad. Because I could hear you though, Paul. So you made a nice introduction towards the shift.
You can continue it. There you go.
Yeah. So basically, due to the big, well, mostly in adult space, people pay um, through credit cards. And a few months ago, Mastercard and Visa. Maybe Mark can explain a little bit more later on about it in detail. But basically, they said about 70 to 80% of all the topics that are explicit. Um, we don't want that shit anymore. It's too risky, and we get too many chargebacks, and we just don't need that money. So we won't accept any um, uh, explicit content anymore, monetizing of explicit content anymore. So there will be a lot of websites, business owners, publishers that can't accept uh, the majority of their content, like monetize the majority of their content anymore. So we kind of shifted our focus towards the NSFW pay, which was always the plan to do it eventually. But we kind of thought, hey, in the bear market, we build, but we can already start implementing the payment system that we've been building for Pleasurely. So yeah, basically we're going to focus on getting more and more and more websites where you can pay with Pleasure Coin. So Mark is already in talk with about 10. I don't know, was it 10 or I don't know, something about 10 websites which will be
Nine,
implemented.
nine,
11.
nine, nine, 11. Well, yeah, the list is endless. The list is very much endless
Yeah,
in
but
terms
we're
of.
already talking with a bunch of websites to implement them. They're going to be announcing it as well once we got the contractual thing in place. So I think that we're really going to start moving a bit quicker on that part because the way to get into crypto gets easier as well. We're focusing on the credit card turn, like the first time uh, crypto experience. So I think that we can do it in a parallel way and move a little bit quicker than we initially thought that we would do. Because I don't know, in the beginning of this year, the plan was not to start with the NSFW pay roll before 2024. So we basically start more than a quarter earlier than we eventually thought. So that's quite bullish, if you ask me. Um, and due to our, I don't know if I'm still, if you can still hear me,
We can.
Yes, sir.
but I just, okay, cool. Before I just continue talking and no one is hearing me. Um, so what basically the biggest thing is that our smart contract for Pleasurely is so legally also um, so good that it can be implemented for other businesses without them having to have a banking license and still accept the payment of Pleasure Coin, or we can even add USDT, USDC to their whatever stable coin they want. So I think it's quite awesome that we really invested a lot of time and energy into building a really good payment processing system for ourselves, so that we can implement it later uh, for everyone else.
100%, 100%, and I'll just to follow on from that as well. People may say, well, why are we doing it with other adult businesses? Part of the whole, I think, structure of the thing is that we're in a market that's dictated to by banks, right? We're in a market that's dictated to by banks. They can tell you what you can post, what you can't post, the types of content, whether you get bank accounts, etc., etc. And everyone's facing massive problems. I was contacted actually 2 days ago by another business that's banked with Barclays for 25 years, right? Not had a problem. They've been an adult for 25 years, and they contacted them and said, "We see you in adult. 2 weeks, we're closing your bank account." Simple as that. They banked with them for 25 years and they're doing that. So they are dictating what they're doing. And the plan was always to be, we will build up our own payment gateway, we'll build up our own products like Pleasurely, etc. But the next step is to take this payment gateway out to other businesses that are facing a similar problem. So there's no reason why an OnlyFans or a Pornhub or a Cam 4 or a Live Jasmine can't take this on as an additional payment gateway, because what the payment gateway gives is all the problems that these businesses are facing. Yeah, this payment gateway and the crypto side of it takes that away, because they're not dictated to. MasterCard and Visa can't tell them, oh, you can't do that, you can't do this, and you can't do that. This is what we're trying to do. We know that we've got a solution. And the great thing there is, the more people that we take it out to, the bigger the platforms that start publicizing it, means that everyone will be aware of Pleasure Coin. It will mean we'll have more investors, we'll have more people buying into it, and they'll go to our platforms to spend it. We know that there's going to have a knock-on effect to that. So that's what we're doing, and that's the plan going forward. We're working on our a further pitch deck. I'm already speaking, as I said, I'm just working that. It's about 11 companies I've already got some good relationships with that we're talking to about we're doing that. We've still got to go over the dot the I's across the T's and all these other bits and pieces, but we're talking to these people that are really interested in taking this on. So we will be able to announce businesses coming forward in doing so. So that's a massive, massive positive in what it is for what we're doing. And like I said, it solves a problem. And this is what we're here to do. We're to solve a problem in the industry. As much as we talk about competition, we need a thriving adult business for us to survive as well. And if that business is being dictated to by banks and business going out, then we don't have a business. So it's all about working together to provide a solution for these businesses. I'll ask a quick question to you, Tim, because there was a question that's been answered, and we was going to talk about is Majid still in the team? But we was going to talk a little bit about that before we go on to some other bits and pieces. Do you want to answer that, or do you want me?
Well, yeah, no. So
and he buggered off.
And he buggered off at that moment in time.
Yeah, I can fill in on maybe a little bit until Tim is back.
Thank you.
The role that Majid had as a COO, Pleasure Network and Majid decided to part ways a little bit from that to various reasons. He'll stay on board as advisor and in the background, but his prominent role will be a lot less. So yeah, that's just my take on it.
Yeah, I mean, long and short of it is, he had a short-term contract. We didn't renew the contract, and there's a lot. As everyone can see, there's been a market conditions will dictate what we do as a business. So our shift in focus will always be that, and that's part of one of the things that we decided at this moment in time that to have somebody on that focus on that when we need to focus on other bits and pieces, and that's what we're doing. So it's all about. It's the great thing about this business is that we are reactive, but we're proactive as well. And sometimes we need to, like we said, the summer of pleasure is all about finding out stuff that's going on, find out what works, what doesn't work. And at this moment in time, we need to focus on other areas, and that's what we're doing. And this is where NSFW Pay comes into it. It's an area that I've got contacts with lots of businesses, so that's going to be the focus there. Not just the only focus, we're still going to develop and we've still got other bits and pieces, but that's going to be a key focus going forward. So,
Absolutely. I think in the time that Majid came on board was just during the 12 days of pleasure, or just officially slight after. We were in a little bit of upswing of market. You've put together a great 12 weeks of massive competitions and aliveness, and I think we were in a different state of mind and market than we are now. If you look at the crypto market, it's still waiting, it's still boiling, still waiting until it explodes again. It's the longest bloody bear market that we've ever seen. So yeah, after let's see, I think he was here with us for 4 or 5 months, that we decided to shift our focus more on the development side, the adult side, and I think it's a good thing as well. I think that's the key points that we have to focus on right now, and the doors are still open for the future. So if the markets pick up and we have more ground for this kind of marketing, then we will definitely connect again. So it's a wise decision. And like you said, we are reactive. We are reactive to the market. We don't keep going on with something that doesn't work at the moment or could be better. We are reactive and keep changing and focusing our goals for the good of the company and the token. Yeah.
And 100%, and that's what we've got to be. We've got to be obviously reactive to changing things. We could continue to do stuff, and like doors are always open anyway. So, but it's all positive. There's lots of great stuff that we've got going forward. So, we seem to have lost him again. One of the things, obviously, that I'll just go back to is that I've asked this in the channels anyway, and I want to. It's a little bit more about the NSFW pay. Please get involved. Let us know. Paul mentioned this as a start as well. People that we want to be, that you think businesses that can do that. If anyone helps us with contacts, anyone helps us push it through, there will be rewards. We will look after everyone like we normally do. So it's a collective effort.
Yeah.
I've got lots of businesses, and there's lots of opportunities coming up where I'll be in front of other businesses. But anyone can help. Anyone can do what they do. Please get involved. Because there will be rewards.
Yeah, it's all about the user experience as well, right, Mark? We already know a lot of businesses that we want to work with, but we want to know from the community as well. And I think that's very important because together we know way more than just a few of us. So
100%, and the opportunities there. I mean, I'm thinking just while we're here about different types of business. We can go to the businesses, the big businesses, the small businesses. Obviously, the focus is going to be adult and so on. But does it have to be adult? Because again, who's to say the cannabis market in terms of the CBD market?
well, yeah, in a certain way, yeah. If you
There's other
depends on the
opportunities.
translation, it's also an adult market.
Yes. What I mean is pornography.
Yeah,
Yeah. There is
So
other opportunities, but we're going to
yeah,
focus on our market that's being really the adult pornography market that's being dictated to by banks, that's being restricted, and there's no freedom of expression. That's where we're going through. So,
yeah.
a couple of other things to go on, and obviously Tim's not around now. Elon Musk must have just taken his car out or whatever else.
Sure. Or he drove into an alpaca.
Oh, he drove into an alpaca. That's the one. Before I just want to I want to talk, if you don't mind me putting over to you, Paul, about the market at the moment, because obviously there's a lot of talk about the market and the market cap and so on. And I just, like I said, I've put over to you as somebody that's an expert in this thing, so just to kind of give your view on where we're at, what your feelings are.
Like I said before, I think the crypto market it showed a little uptrend earlier this year. Everybody was yay, big beginning of the bull run, but it's not yet there. And I think the market is really in a waiting position. It's waiting until the candles start really turning around before they start investing again. And I think we can't really say that the bull market has started. It's the longest bear market ever, so it's pretty damn tough.
Tim, are you there?
I guess.
Is the alpaca still alive?
Yeah, sorry for the connection. I don't know why they can't fix normal connection in
In a
France.
Tesla.
And in a Tesla, of course. Um, but yeah, I don't know what.
So we've talked about NSFW pay, we've talked about Majid, and we've now talked about the market conditions and where things are at. So is anything more to add on the market conditions? I mean, we all know that the market cap is not a true reflection of what we are. We know that.
Yeah, so I think that basically, yeah, it sucks, but we just have to continue building, and the price at this moment is not indeed reflecting any value that we are creating every day. The things that we are doing right now are going to be so valuable in a business sense that eventually the market cap or the price of a pleasure coin will be reflected at least 1x of the value that we actually have. So yeah, it's just a matter of time for the bull run to hit. I don't know. Um, you saw it when we had 12 Days of Pleasure beginning this year, that once people start buying again, other people start buying again, and then yeah, it can be a snowball effect. So yeah, that's basically how the market works every time.
100%. And I mean, some people, one of the things I want to add to that as well, and I've talked about it before, is that the moment, remember, we are a crypto project business. It's a volatile market. It will go up, it will go down. That's just the way it is. We're also in like I said to you, an adult business. The adult business, like I said, summer periods, the Christmas periods are not always great. So we're kind of against us. But we are building. The one thing you will see with the business, we're building in a bear market. There's going to be down periods. But all we can do and all we've done since day one is to build, to develop, to market, and to continue pushing the Pleasure Network ecosystem. And I've said this, and I don't mean to sound like a salesperson, but when the time is right, I believe that everything will come to fruition. What we're building will eventually happen, and it will all go right. And I can see this from other projects I've seen. A lot of other projects within now, I'll call them projects because we're a business. A lot of other projects come on, they hype up, they talk, but they give promises, they overrug the project, they overpromise, underdeliver. And this happened in the last bull run. It happened. I worked on a project that did exactly that. They did that. But what we've done from the Pleasure Network side of things is, all we know is we're planning for the future. This is why we're building. This is why we're doing stuff in the background. This is why we're running campaigns. The campaigns like Summer Pleasure to reward those loyalties in really crap periods of time. And all we can do is continue to build and build and build up until the point that the market starts to go the way we did, and then we will luck out. Why will we luck out? Because we've got a far superior product than anyone within our business. That is the be all and end all. We do have a far superior product. We're planning for the future. We're also trying to create our own luck and create our own bull market by getting the NSFW payout to other businesses.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that it's not all about market conditions. It's also about the utility of the token itself. So we cannot change the total market conditions, but we are focusing on the things where we can, where we do have influence in, where we can add value. So that's why we are doubling down or tripling down on the NSFW pay at the moment. So, because once people can Pleasure Coin and want to spend, because it will be a transaction, or you get some extra benefits as a spender, people will need to buy Pleasure Coin before they can spend it. So yeah, that's going to be a way to start our own bull market, indeed, Mark.
When Pleasure Card.
When Pleasure Card. When Pleasure Card. One thing I will say, we talk about the crypto and the benefits. We're not, like we said, we're not going away from having some sort of fiat payment system, gateway, credit card, debit card into the mix of things. We just know that we're selling the benefits of stuff that provides a solution to a problem at the moment. So that's that.
Yes.
Don't want to go on because I know we've talked quite a lot. There's a cut. So there's some stuff in the pipeline that we're also building on. That's not just the end of what we're doing. So I'll give you a really quick update if everyone's happy with that. We've talked about this before. Pleasure Guide, our educational platform. It's being worked on. It's coming to the back end now. We're working with the amazing Polyani and helping us produce that. It will be here soon. I'm not going to give you a date, but it will be very, very soon. We're putting the finishing touches. It's making sure that we've got the right things, because we wanted to make sure that this product can do what it's meant to do and educate Web2 fans, educate people that are not au fait with crypto to be able to do so. So that is coming. We will be launching a merchandise store. So for all the people that want to have Pleasurely products, Pleasure Network, that will be coming. That will be coming very, very soon. There's going to be further developments and updates on pleasurely.com, including, and I know it's a little bit behind, the DMs version 1. One thing and one big thing we're actually working on, and maybe I can hand over to the guys on this, is the staking rewards program. We've talked about it. We're close. Paul, would you like to talk anything about that?
So I lost you there for 1 second, Mark.
The staking rewards program.
Yeah. So we've been talking about this for a while, and we're going to change the staking rewards program, and I think the first rollout of this is going to be in early October, if I'm correct. It's now, yeah, it's 1st of September. Yeah, it's about 4 to 5 weeks from now. And after that, we're gonna make it even more interesting, also for the creators. Well, we'll tell you a little bit more about that in the next AMA. But be advised, the staking rewards program is going to be totally changed. There's going to be higher rewards. There's going to be longer periods of staking. So it's going to change overall in about 5 weeks from now.
And the one thing that the reason why it's taking longer, we want to make sure that we get it right. At the end of the day, this is about protecting the business and it's about rewarding loyalty. We need to make sure we get that right. And this is why it's taking a bit longer. So that's in the pipeline. So because things are quiet doesn't mean things are not being done. They are being done and they're worked in the background. And there will be, I've got to be I can't give too much away. There will be some news around, someone mentioned this as well in the thing, Pink Tower and Pleasureland. So there's going to be some stuff around that. I'm not going to say anything more. I don't know if you want to say anything more, Paul, or you want.
I really want to say a lot of things, but I can't. Maybe I can say one thing. I think that the Pink Tower is going to be live earlier than expected. It's okay. I'm not saying anything right now, but I really can't. I can't say anything more at this stage.
Perfect. Let's leave it there. So there's a lot going on. Tim, is there anything you want to add? I don't know if you can still hear us.
Yeah, I can hear y'all. No, yeah, I am at the same position as Paul and you, Mark, that some things can't be said until it's ready to be said. And so I think that we will be, yeah, we promised to deliver the Pink Tower once we sold out everything. Like that's still the pink dolls and the pleasure pads. But I think that Paul hints towards something that it might be earlier than that stage. But I don't know where if he knows something that I don't. that is possible because I've been away for a few.
We're talking about the pink tower, Tim.
Cool.
I like that. Cool. Cool.
Yeah. No worries, Timmy.
The thing is, we could release something. We've got to realize these are live AMAs, and we need to stay ahead of people. And we don't want people to know. So there's certain things we can't say, and we don't want to do. And obviously, we don't want to do what other people do and overpromise stuff and not deliver on. So, but there is, like I said, for the quiet periods, it means we'll work in the background to get things done. So there's all will be revealed in due course. So that's that. One last thing before we go on to some of the questions. I know it's been quite long, so I'm going to try and rattle through this. But part of what we're doing as a business is putting ourselves out there and to get to make sure that we're in front of creators and businesses that we can do work with. Myself and the team will be taking, well, for me, the trip to Amsterdam. For some people, up the road or wherever else it is, to attend XB's Amsterdam I'll be there from the 10th to the 12th. Will include a number of seminars and networking opportunities and talks, panels, maybe a little bit of partying, the awards, etc. And the whole idea of us being there is to I suppose to rep the business, to actually make sure that our brands, our business is in front of creators, because there'll be creators there, there'll be business professionals. It's a great opportunity for the NSFW pay, because there's going to be businesses there that I can talk to about what we're doing. There'll be a great opportunity to talk to creators. There'll be traffic companies, and what I mean by traffic companies is people that will be able to provide more traffic through to our platforms. So there's going to be great opportunities for us to mingle, to liaise, and to talk to people, and to put our brands forward. And that's something that we're going to do going forward. We will pick and choose the events that we go to, because we need to make sure the events are the right ones, and this for us is the right event. So
Hey, Mark.
John says the red light zone. Yes.
So you will be there Sunday morning, right?
I'll be there from midday, I think I arrive, or about 11 a.m. Amsterdam, Dutch time.
But you will be attending the thing from then.
That's why I'm getting there so early.
Dan Leal.
That's why. Yes, I want Dan Leal.
Oh shit, my connection is. Yeah.
That's okay. I heard.
Maybe to get someone from the Dutch community to attend as well. I think I can arrange an extra card for.
I think he tries to say that he can arrange
Well, maybe we
an
can do a little
card for
extra
one of the
competition.
community members. So, are we going to have a little competition on that one?
Possibly. That could
Possibly.
If anyone's not been this,
Or am I gone?
The creators. Tim's back a little bit. It's been one of those ones.
Are you there, Tim?
No, he's gone. So yeah, so we'll come back to you on that. We're going to be there. Dan Lyle is sponsoring an event at the Heineken Museum.
I'm back.
Yeah, go ahead, Tim. Talk to you.
Yeah, so I thought, I don't know if you guys heard what I said, but I was mentioning that it might be cool to bring someone from the community to there as well with the tour and meet up.
Yes.
Do a little competition.
Well, I'm happy to run that. I'm sure we can do something like that.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be a Dutch person, but they have to be in Amsterdam at that point.
Well, that sounds like a good idea. We'll touch base.
Figure out the details with Dan how much room there still is for our beloved community members to join, and then we'll run a little.
Maybe they have to write up the reason why they should join you guys.
Yeah.
And when you say join us, guys, they'll be there. There'll be Dan Lyle. There may be some hot creators. There may be some people. There'll be beer. There'll be it's good prize. Good prize.
Oh yeah.
Nice prize.
It's only because Tim, you're not going and you want to come, and this is your way of trying to win the competition, isn't it?
Well, actually, Mark, I might be back earlier, so I might join after all.
Excellent. Well, it's going to be a great opportunity. We'll think on that, and we'll come back into the community next week and announce something on that. So yeah, the opportunity really for the XBiz is to go there, as John says, find creators, business partners, push out NSFW pay, and push out the ecosystem as a whole. So that's I kind of going to leave it there because we've got quite a few questions and we've gone over. So I'm going to try and rattle through these questions for everyone. So if anyone doesn't have anything more to say, are you happy for me just to rattle on with the MA questions?
Yeah, go on, man.
Yeah,
great stuff.
That's
right. There's been some great. Che has asked a fantastic amount of questions, so thank you so much, Che, for putting these questions there. Some of the questions I can't answer because they are very business orientated and give too much business insight. Obviously, remember this is an open forum. We have to be very careful about some of the stuff we put across, but I'll answer as many as I possibly can from there without divulging too much business information before Tim fires me. One of the questions he asked is, can you expand on the economics of how the team is maintaining a healthy token? Is there any? I'll hand over to you guys on that. If you.
Well, yeah. Well, for the token, well, as we are continuously working on improving the platforms, improving the ecosystem, creating more utility, more ways to buy the token, spend the token. I think we're continuously building on securing a great environment for Pleasure Coin all the time. Yeah.
Perfect. Tim, anything else?
Also with sorry, I'll add a little bit more. I think with the focus we're going to shift on the NSFW Pay as well. This will massively add to the growth of the token utility and the volume for sure.
Yeah, and the most funding didn't come from like when this project when it was still a project, it was a RUG project which we took over and we built a company next to it, and it's basically funded with external money. So we try to use as little Pleasure Coin as possible to fund everything that we're doing. Sometimes we pay people in Pleasure Coin because they want to be paid in Pleasure Coin, and then they might sell it, but we basically try to not do it. At least whenever we can, we don't want to add any selling pressure to the thing. And the whole reason why we have locked tokens and staking programs and that we are in control of those mechanics is that we want to fine tune it year by year to see what the project and the company and the Pleasure Coin community needs at that point. So we want to be really agile, and I think that the current things that we are doing are totally aligned with the bigger vision.
100%, and that kind of answers the question about outside funding and not selling, I suppose, the NSFW token as well, what Tim was saying. So hopefully that answers, because obviously the question was, are we getting outside funding of crypto? Are you financially stable without having to rely on selling NSFW
Yeah,
on the market?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can second that. The development has all been paid outside of crypto with external investors.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Another question: what's the update on referral links for small percentage royalties to boost onboarding or to have a feature that sets you apart from traditional competitions? I don't know if you saw, Che, we obviously launched the referral program within this period of time, and that is very much that. It is version 1. It will be developed, and there will be other things in addition to that. But if you talk about rewards and incentivizing people, both models, and actually you can actually use it now. I think I mentioned in the current referral spend competition, you can actually refer people using the referral code. We're giving 5% with that referral code at the moment, taking the earnings up to 85%. So that's pretty impressive, and there's no limit on that as well. There's no period. So if somebody brings in if a creator brings in a fan and they spend on themselves, they spend on themselves, but spend on other models, the person that brought them in will still be yourself. So we have that in place. So hopefully you've seen that. The next question: are there any plans to incentivize models to hold NSFW for reduced fee and tiers, or to reward holding over instant selling? Do you want me to answer that, or were you happy to answer that, Paul or Tim?
Yeah, I think we mentioned it before already that we are always looking into ways to create some kind of model that incentivize people, or creators are also people, to hold the token, because eventually the idea is that the demand will increase and the supply stays the same or get less, then the price goes up. We're thinking about ways with staking and stuff like that, but it all needs to be worked out, and we need time to develop it. So I don't know if you want to add something to that, Mark.
It's yeah. I mean, that question there. One of the key things. That's my doorbell. Excuse that. The question there is about the obviously incentivizing models to hold. Obviously, one of the things we need to understand is that this is their income and their livelihood. So it's going to be very hard to make people. But this is where staking rewards programs comes into it to give them incentive to hold on, and we will do that. And that kind of goes on to another question about incentivizing models and that to do stuff, and rather than giving them NSFW. Again, we're always looking at ways, and Chase come up with some great ways in which we can do that. We are looking at ways in which we don't just give NSFW tokens. We've given away doxies, we give away Amazon gift cards. There's going to be opportunities for banners on site, feature models and stuff like that, but always part of the development going forward. So there will be other ways to incentivize for them to stick or to not give away obviously NSFW that comes off the bottom line as well. So hopefully that answers that. Any questions, guys, or you happy with those? Good. How is the growth of brand exposure on social media? Are the accounts significantly growing, and are they being interacted with? Do we see more inflow onto the platform after posting new things on social media? Easiest way of answering that is yes. Our social media is growing. It's helping to bring people in. Social media is becoming harder. Twitter is becoming harder. Instagram is becoming very hard to attract people because of the adult nature and being very anti-adult. But yes, all our accounts are growing. They are having a positive impact on stuff. We've seen obviously over the summer period a kind of an up and a down trend, which you'd expect because of this period, but they are having a knock-on effect. Could they always do better? Yes, of course. And that's for us. What we do, and going back to earlier on, we'll look at the stats, we'll look at what's working, what isn't working, what's bringing people in and what's not bringing people in, and focus on the key parts of those. We've got a social media manager that I'm working with closely at the moment to talk about how we get more out of what we're doing, but that is being worked on. And again, we talked about reacting to market conditions. Same with social media. If things change, we'll react to that and do what's necessary to do so. So that's that question. Hopefully that answers that. Is there any summary of how Pleasurely attendance and traffic are increasing? I think Guile Vass, I answered that a little bit earlier on about how the Summer of Pleasure's done that. So hopefully it answers that. In the name of transparency, we want to know what the real expansion of the platform is. I think that's evident. I think that's evident of what we're seeing. We're seeing a growth in spend. We're seeing a growth in traffic. We're seeing a growth in development. We're seeing a growth in fans. When we were saying about the expansion of the platform, we want to be the adult crypto version of OnlyFans. Are we there yet? No. Is there a lot of building to do? Yes. And that's what we want to be. We want to be that different thing. We want to be that we want to be the biggest adult crypto brand. And I think we're actually already there. I'll be honest with you. But we want to be more like the fiat brands. And that's the thing. But it's part of a growing process. It's part of a developing process. Don't mean to use a silly thing, but Rome wasn't built in a day. And remember, Pleasurely is only is actually is it I think it may be now coming up to his first birthday. It's only 1 year old because it was launched in September last year, so it's only 1 year old. In that period of time, we've got near enough 300 KYC creators. I've given you the figures earlier on. We've got growth. We've got more spend coming through, and we won Fan Platform of the Year. So within that short period of time, we have massively grown. So, but we don't stop. We know it's not perfect. We know there's further development, and we'll continue to build.
It's very hard. Sorry to break in there, Mark. I think it's also very hard to get in this game, become sustainable, keep growing. Also because of the whole Web3 experience. We talked about our competitors before. There's a lot of competitors that have made a bad name in this particular realm of crypto, the adult crypto as well. I had a discussion last week with a guy that said, "Oh, yeah, you're from Pleasure. Oh, that's all Triple X Nifty, bunch of scammers." I said, "Ho, ho, wait a second there. we're the actual guys that are actually building platforms, actually doing stuff. We want to make the market grow. We want to help all the creators, performers, everybody else. But people they see that as in one sentence, and it's the market has been a little bit toxicated as well. But yeah, like you said before, all those figures, the platform is really growing. So Gula Vaz, thanks for your question. I think it has been answered, and I think Chow has a little bit of more questions as well.
Charl is on it, but
Chow
you
is
know
on
what?
it. Yeah?
They're all fantastic questions that's been put forward, and like we said, this is what makes this is actually community getting involved and wanting to know things, and we'll do as much as we can. So, couple of so he's got a few more questions. Some of these questions, Charles, in the last batch, they are business orientated and they're inside stuff that we can't release in an open forum. I will say that again. What is the team doing to attract models to use the platform? I think that's pretty evident. We're running these competitions. We're my job is to approach these models and creators and continue to do so. One thing that we're doing is that we're not gonna we could get hundreds of creators on tomorrow, but we're not doing that. We're slowly bringing them on, and we're very loyal to the people that have been with us since day one. We want to make sure that we get the traffic right on the platform, and we get enough coming through and enough revenue coming through, so they're happy, so we can grow with that. So we're doing lots of things. I'm going to Expo Amsterdam, and I'll be pitching and telling everyone about our amazing products and our amazing platform. So we're doing this, but it's not a scattergun approach. It's a very targeted approaches, and we will grow creators once more fans start to grow as well on that. What is the staying rate for new models passing through the platform? To be honest with you, we've got a loyal base of creators, and we've got a loyal base of creators. There's going to be people come and go. That happens on OnlyFans, but actually, I don't know the exact figures. But if you look, most of the people that have been there since day one are still there. But people do come and go. That's what it is. Couple of questions, the business ones. How many new daily users does the platform have on average, and are there returning users? The answer is they are returning users, and I think in the last period we're getting about 1,000 users a day based on Google Analytics. So that's open to the field. I'll leave this one open to you guys. How has the Vice World team contributed to the growth of Pleasurely so far?
Well, they're giving us a lot of input in the beginning. Some new members, some traffic. So I think we learned from the experience. That's for sure. Um, yeah, what more can I say? They've contributed. That's all right.
Yeah, I guess that's when they joined. They had a few great ideas. They brought some experience with them, some learnings that they shared with us. We took it into account and we moved on. We accepted the new community members. We welcomed them, and they're now part of us, or they left already. I don't know, but yeah, I think it was it brought us a little bit further, I guess. Yeah.
Fantastic. There was, as I said, some of these questions I can't talk about. What percentage of NSFW airdrop to Vice World investors has been dumped onto the market already? I think the answer.
Well, it wasn't really an airdrop. It was a claim of tokens. So first of all, they had to send in their old Vice World DAO tokens for us to have a go at their LP. If you really want, I don't even know these numbers. It was not so much of a value to begin with, but it's all in the blockchain. You can see in the contract what these exact numbers are. I can't tell you right now.
Thank you very much for that. I know one person asked a question: Is Tim still on the team? I hope so. He's on this. He's on the AMA.
Yeah, but I think it was because I wasn't there the last two AMAs or something. So that's even though that I'm on my way to my next stop, I wanted to join in. I'm sorry that my connection left me a few times, but yeah, I'm still on the team. But as the team grows and gets more mature, my role shifts as well. So, but I will always be part of this family. I even got a tattoo, so it's for life. I will not go away.
100%. And again, they said, oh, not Tim, Tommy. Oh,
Okay,
um,
that's a better. That's a more logical question indeed.
that is a
Um,
more, yeah.
well, I think that we've been mentioning that a few times already. That he has some things that he's focusing on his life, in his his personal life. Um, so that's a question that has been answered a few months ago already, I guess. But he had some at the moment, so um, haven't heard from him for a while already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did.
So
He's still in recovery.
when I think Tommy is very much part of the obviously the whole ecosystem. I think when he's ready, he will be back with us. He loves us. We love him. The community loves him, and we wish everything goes well for him. So he will be back. He always seems to come back just before things start to pick up. So let's see what happens.
very bullish
Well,
sign if we see him back.
right about now, I think.
Yeah. Last two questions quickly. This has really gone over. So, what's the update on fan interaction tools for models on the platform? I think we've answered that a little bit. DMs are the next stage of that. They are coming soon, and version 1 will continue to develop that, and there will be other ways in which to do so. That's the first step that we're taking. And the last question, really, how is your marketing your platform to new models, and what's the general feedback for saying yes or no? How is the team working with this information? I think I've talked a little bit about that. We're slowly onboarding models. We're marketing through the channels that we've got. We're being very selective in certain bits and pieces, as in we're not going to go and spend loads of money during the sign-ups. We want people to be part of the project that wants to be part of the project, the platforms, than what it does. And the biggest issue that we've all had, that's always the whether it becomes a yes or no, is not knowing. They see the platform, they see what we're doing, they love it. It's the education of crypto. The education of crypto is always both for fans and models, and that's why as a business we are working on our educational products to make that step easier, and we're working on processes to make that step easier. So that's the biggest thing. Everyone loves the platform, everyone loves it. It's just they can't get their head around the education of the crypto, and that's what we're doing now, is to try and educate and make that process as seamless as possible, working with creators amazing like Polyani to be able to do that. So I think that's it, guys. I think that's it, everyone. It's gone on way too long. I've talked too much. I'm sure Tim wants to continue driving safely, and I'm pretty sure Paul wants to go and enjoy his. He's probably drinking tea, but oh, look at that with the pleasure sticker on the cup. He probably wants to go and enjoy his Friday evening. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Unless anyone's got anything else more to say. That's all.
So Mark, at what point will you take a NSFW tattoo as well? Right now, it's on the spot. When?
What now? I've got one other tattoo I've got to get before I go down that road, and then yeah. When Mark Pleasurely tattoo, yeah. When Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, head tattoo.
The head tattoo right there, yeah, right there. No, I'm repping enough as it is. Come on, I've done this. I bought these out of my own pocket and sourced them myself. That's repping. I don't know. But one thing is, I'm not going to get drunk in Amsterdam, because I probably will wake up with
Oh, good idea. And I'm not drinking, so I will be there to make you drunk.
It didn't work
That's
out
good.
very well last time, Tim.
Just connect with a lot of good people, creators, businesses. Main focus.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Well, thanks for your time, guys, and thanks for the community to watch this live or afterwards. And hope you all have a good weekend.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Tim, for being involved, especially in the road. Paul, thank you very much for coming on board. And yeah, thank you, everyone, the community. Yes, it's been a bad time, but we've had some great stuff, and the future is purple.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for leading this slightly chaotic but organized AMA, Mark. I loved it, and I'll see you soon, mate.
Take care. See you later, community. Thank you very much.